Hello and welcome to Nikolay's genetics lessons, and today is going to be another video. What's wrong with my gel? And here's a question. Can you give me some options, suggestions on why my agarose gel comes out like this on the bottom after the run? It always happens to me with the larger gels, never with the small ones. I usually run the gels at 60 volt for 1 hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours. So to be clear, in this gel we have two sets of the wells. Let me show you. One set would be here in the middle and another set somewhere over here. So as you see, multiple samples are run simultaneously, and unlike on the top where all the bands looks pretty nice, the bands on the bottom almost invisible. Instead we only see smear. My first suggestion would be that wise of the gel when you prepare is not uniform, so it would be more thick on one end and more thin on the other end. Now imagine that you load one of the samples here and other samples here. As you see, the samples would go, for example, through normal thickness of the gel, which is 3-4 millimeters, or can be up to 5 millimeters. But samples that you load here would go, for example, through the gel which is thicker than 5 millimeters, let's say 6-10 millimeters. Then in this case we would be able to see picture like in this gel. Another reason can be, imagine that you have nice uniform wise gel, but your table is not leveled, and this would lead to such situation when buffer would cover your gel not uniformly, but say up to the middle, so up to this well, would be of the normal depth, for example, would cover up to 5 millimeters, and on other side up to say 10 millimeters. And this also would cause DNA leakage and smear like this. Another reason for the smear can be that you load these wells first and it takes a time, and then you load these wells, and this is the reason why you get better results here, because while you're loading the top wells, here your sample may leak. What you can do about this, you can run these samples separate from each other in a small gel. But if this is not an option and you want to save a time, for example, you can load the lower part of the gel, turn on electrical current for 5 minutes, so these DNA samples or RNA samples would go into the gel itself and would stuck there. Then turn off, load these samples and turn on gel electrophoresis again, and probably this would resolve your problem. You also can find out if the time is the issue here. Instead of loading these wells first, load these wells first and then load these ones. And you would know if loading time is an issue here. And of course, in the first case scenario, you just have to level your table. And this is all for today. Subscribe and see you in the next video. Goodbye.